A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to your English 1 class. This is Upama Miss who will be taking care of all of your English 1 queries and doubts that you will have in your further studies throughout this whole session. Hopefully, both of us will have an enjoyable and amusing journey together, right? So, as you know, the basic chapters are already taught to you well. We will be beginning with a very interesting and a very common one that is named as noun. So we all know noun. We have read this chapter since our childhood, right? I know you'll have no difficulty in understanding. Then also I'll actually try my level best to make you understand, and if there any query remains, just don't hesitate to contact me. Okay, so I'll ask all of you to open your book. Your book is entitled as Essentials of English Grammar and Composition, right? Hope all of you have received this book. Now you will be finding out the page number 8. Page number 8, and here we will find this chapter named nouns. Now, as we know, in order to study English language, all the words are placed in 8 classes. Okay, so in 8 classes or categories. These are called what? Parts of speech. So there are 8 parts of speech in English grammar. What are they? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection, right? Here we will be dealing with noun today. Now, as we can see, certain sentences are given here. The first one, as we can see, my father patted me on the back. So here on the back here stands as noun. Okay. Now in the second sentence, we left the house from the back door. We left the house from the back door. So the door is the noun here, and back is what? Back is adjective because it is qualifying the noun. In the third sentence, the contractor backed out of the agreement. Now the contractor, what did he do? He backed out. So here this back stands as verb. The servant came back immediately. Now here this back stands as an adverb. Now we can see this word back has been used in different forms in different sentences. So that is why we need to learn all the parts of speech beforehand in order to be specific with each of the parts of speech later on, right? So we will start with this definition. What part of speech a word is depends upon the work it does in the sentence it belongs to. So the first one is what? That is nouns, as I said. So as we all know, the noun is a name of a person, a thing, a place or anything, right? So that is called noun, or we can also say in other words, noun is a naming word. Now the words like boy, girl, Neha, Kanpur, hospital, beauty, these all are nouns. But these nouns actually fall under different classes or different kinds. Now we will learn about the 4 kinds mentioned in your book. First, then we will be specifically discussing all this. So the 4 kinds are, I'll ask all of you to have all your copies ready with you so that you can write whenever you feel like writing. First is what? First is proper noun. Second is what? Common noun. Third is what? Abstract noun. 4 is what? Collective noun. Okay. So let us start with the first one, that is proper noun. See, a noun which names a particular person, thing or a place, that is called proper noun. Here the noun will be specifically pointing at a particular person or a thing or a place. That is called what? Proper noun. For example, Sachin names a particular person, Jaipur names a particular place, Hindustan Times names a particular thing. Now here these words actually are called proper nouns. Now here a proper noun that you all will keep in your mind, a proper noun always begins with capital letter. Now see, common noun, what do you mean by common nouns? See, a noun that gives a common name to the persons, places, things are, and these are of same kind. That is called what? That is called common nouns. Okay. For example, book, river, bird, animal, city, but we are not specifying the name of that place or thing or person. That is the difference between proper noun and common noun. Now we will learn what? We will learn here abstract nouns. Abstract is what? An abstract noun is a name of some state, quality, feeling or idea that we can only think or we can feel, but we cannot see or touch them. Now for example, heat, love, affection, anger, beauty, truth. Can you tell me, how does love look like? Have we ever seen? No. Does it have any color, any sort of particular shape or size? No. So these can be felt only, but we can't see or touch them. Next is what? Next is collective nouns. So a collective noun is a name of a collection of persons or things taken together, spoken of as a whole. So here this noun will refer to the persons or the things together, and they will be stating as a whole. For example, army, a collection of soldiers, bunch, a collection of keys and grapes, pack, a collection of dogs, fleet, a collection of ships and cars. Now here, pick out the nouns in the following sentences, say whether they are proper, common, abstract and collective. This is your homework. This can be solved by on your own. I don't think that I should help you in this regard. This is very simple. This exercise 1 will be there for your homework. In the live class, I will discuss about it. Then exercise 2, as we can see, form abstract nouns from these words by adding the given suffixes. So the suffixes are given. Suffixes are generally added after the word, not before that. If it is added beforehand, it will be called prefixes. Now this ness is given. We need to make abstract noun. So the answer will be greatness, then kindness, then happiness, laziness, darkness, blindness, then snook. I don't think there is no word as snookiness or snookness. So this will remain the same. Snook. Snook itself is an abstract noun. Then ITE. So ITY, reality, equality, purity, ability, morality. Dumb, so freedom, wisdom, kingdom. Ship, friendship, hardship, leadership. TH, growth, health, truth, death and strength. Now in exercise 3, fill in the blanks with abstract nouns formed from the words given in the brackets. As we can see, certain words are given in the brackets. We need to make the abstract forms of these words. Now there is very little difference between success and failure. If you have confidence, sincerity and the ability to work hard, you will do well in life. Now, in H we can see, let us learn the use of the following collective nouns. So, as we have already learned, collective noun is a group or is a collection of persons or things. Now, an army or battalion or regiment of soldiers. Now, here see, you are asked to make sentences with this collective nouns. I'll help you with a few, and the rest of the make sentences can be done by all of you all. Now you can do this. This is again a very simple task. Later on, if you have any problem in writing any of the make sentences regarding this particular exercise, you can ask me. I'll help you. So an army or battalion or a regiment of soldiers. So we can say an army of soldiers defeats the French people. An army of ants. We can see Piku notices an army of ants in the morning. A bouquet or bunch of flowers. Everyone is pleased with the bouquet of flowers. A brood of chickens or hens. I have seen a brood of chickens passing the road in the morning. A bunch of keys, grapes, flowers, bananas. A bunch of keys. Is found out by my younger sister while hiding behind the cot. A bundle of sticks. So a bundle of sticks was held by each one of the group. A colony of ants. So a colony of ants has attacked my sweets and chocolates. A clump or grove of trees. So a clump of trees is ideal to provide us solace. A crew of soldiers. We have seen a crew of soldiers while we went for an evening walk. A crowd or mob of people. So don't go by a mob of people. Have your own opinion regarding things. So up to 10 I have said. From 11 to 26 you will solve on your own. Now as you can see, number 4, solve the following puzzle with the help of clues given. Note that all the words to be filled, it can be used as collective nouns. Okay. So let us first deal with this down instructions. So number 1 in down instruction, what is given? A dash of sticks. So let us find out the boxes and then try to understand the word. So this a dash of sticks. So what will be the answer? A bundle of sticks. A dash of rooms. We can say a suite, S-U-I-T-E, suite of rooms. A dash of flowers. We can say in number 3, let us find number 3. We can say a bouquet of flowers. A dash of sailors. Number 4, it's given a we can say a crew of sailors. A dash of players. Number 7, down instruction. Number 7, let us find out. Number 7, a team of players. A dash of cattle. Number 9. Number 9, I can't find number. Yes, I found a herd of cattle. A dash of cards. Number 10, as we can see here, a pack of cards. Now we will move to a cross instructions. See, across a dash of fish. So let us find number 2. Number 2. I can't find number 2. Yes, a shoal of fish. A dash of people in the market. Number 4. So a crowd of people in a market. And dash at a concert. An audience at a concert. A dash of ships. Number 6 we find. Let us find. Number 6. A fleet of ships. A dash of bananas. Number 8. A bunch of bananas. Then number 11. A dash of flies. Number 11. A swarm of flies. And dash of soldiers. Number 12. We can see An army of soldiers. A dash of birds. Number 13. A flock of birds. Right. Now let us learn this variety of nouns. Now this abstract and concrete. Abstract noun, as we know, noun can also be classified as abstract and concrete. Abstract nouns name feelings, qualities, states of mind, ideas which can be felt but not can be seen. Concrete nouns actually stand for something that we can see, touch, something that has a physical form or a position in place. So for example, animals, places, words like glass, milk, blood, stem, these substances also can be called as concrete nouns. Now countable and uncountable, this is one more way of classifying nouns. Most common nouns are countable. They have both singular and plural forms, like wall, from wall to walls, dog to dogs. Other common nouns are uncountable. They have a singular but not plural. From bread to breads, no. We can write a loaf of bread, 2 loaves of bread, but not breads. From milk, it will remain the same, milk. So here we finish this chapter. Certainly you will get in your Google form, in your response sheet. There you can answer on your own, and certain exercises that are solved by me you will get there in the study material section. Hopefully you actually enjoyed the class and you have no difficulty in understanding. If you have any, don't worry, I am here to help you out in whatever situation you are in. Okay, so don't hesitate. Have a great day ahead. Do study well. Make all of yourself safe and secure. Don't go out without any proper intention, and take care of you and everyone around you, right? So we will meet in the next class. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.